Today we are talking about how to forgive yourself, the steps you can take to forgive yourself. So let's just jump right into it. If you haven't watched part 1, please go back and watch it so that you can understand why you need to forgive yourself in the first place, and then come back and watch this one on how to forgive yourself. Step you should take to forgiving yourself is to acknowledge your emotions. When you do something that we regret, we have a lot of emotions, and what you normally try to do is to bottle them down. Okay, so what you need to do is acknowledge them, recognize them, say, yes, I feel ashamed for cheating on my partner. Okay, I feel ashamed for beating up my partner. I feel ashamed for betraying my friend. I feel guilty, okay, for going behind someone's back and doing something. Like, acknowledge those emotions. They're there, okay? You can't just push them away. Say, yes, I feel this. I am ashamed. I am guilty. I am angry at myself. I feel resentment towards myself. So the second step you can take, which is also connected to the first, is that now you mention that mistake that you did. You mention it out loud. If you're going to talk it out or you're going to write it down, it is a way of accepting responsibility. And as I've mentioned in part 1, self-forgiveness does not mean that you absolve yourself of responsibility. Yes, you are taking responsibility, and this is how you're going to do it. You are going to mention it. You're going to say what you did to yourself, okay? You say, okay, Linda, you betrayed your friend. Linda, you were late to work, and that led to you being fired. You did not perform. You did not put in as much effort in your business, and that is why it failed. You mention that mistake, okay? Stop hiding from it, because you're going to face it so that you can be able to overcome it. Another thing you can do is to journal, to write down. There's so many emotions we go through when we make a mistake, and they're stuck here, okay, in our hearts. So what you need to do is get them out. You want to relieve you of all those things, those negative things, emotions. Write down that mistake. You can even write down, make it look like a story, like you're narrating to a friend, okay? So this morning I did this and this, I went, I was late, blah blah blah, and then when I got there, it made me, you write down what happened and how you made the mistake, not justifying that I was late, okay, because now I slept late, because I have a lot going on. No, just write down I was late. Don't justify why you were late. Just write down I was late, what happened when you got there, and then how it led to you being fired. Like, I'm just using different examples. We make so many mistakes, okay? So after you've written down the mistake, the next step you can do is to talk to yourself. Tell yourself this. If you are into meditation, if you are into a lot of affirmations, you may have come across this phrase. We use it a lot, okay? Tell yourself, Linda, you did the best that you could with the knowledge and the tools that you had at the time. You did the best you could with the knowledge and the tools that you had at the time. Yes, maybe later on you realize, I shouldn't have done that, or maybe this was the better way to handle it. But at that time you didn't have that knowledge. At that time you didn't have that tool, that wisdom, whatever it is that you could have used to make the situation better. Okay? If maybe you say that maybe I was late because now I was waiting for so and so to give me fare or to give me a lift or whatever. The resources that you had, that's what you used at the time. Whether you were late and you had to wait for a bus, maybe there was a jam, whether you had to walk. Those are the resources you had at the time. Those are the tools that you had at the time. And the knowledge is that maybe you didn't know that by being late you are going to be fired that particular day. Maybe you didn't know it was your last warning. So you did the best that you could with the knowledge and the tools you had at that time. Okay, so keep telling yourself this. It will help to soften you down, so you won't look at yourself like you are just some stupid reckless human being. After that, you go back to the self-love where I explained in part 1 that forgiving yourself is an act of self-love. So tell yourself, I'm loving myself. I'm loving myself. And by loving myself, I am forgiving myself. I am forgiving myself. I am forgiving myself. I forgive you, Linda. Say it like you're talking to a friend. I forgive you, Linda. I forgive myself. Okay? Just keep on repeating that, reminding yourself that you did the best you could, and then telling yourself that you are forgiving yourself. It can be a process. It's not like something that maybe you can just do it at once and you forget about it, especially if this mistake you did it long time ago, and so you've been thinking about it for some time, you've been punishing yourself for some time. It will take time. You will get that inner critic, that inner voice will always come and say, you're so stupid, that's why you even lost your job, why did you do that? Okay, so you will always keep reminding that inner voice, I forgive myself. Like, I'm past that. I forgive myself. I already forgave myself. Like, it's like someone coming to you and trying to make you feel bad, but you're over that. You're like, you know what? I'm over that. Like, I'm over it. Tell your inner critic, I'm over it. I already forgave myself. Like, that is done. Okay? Last step, that if you are really, really struggling, because we have different things that we hold ourselves accountable for. If you went through serious trauma, okay, serious trauma, I'm talking about maybe something like you were raped, and then there's a way that you've internalized that and you've blamed yourself, made it look like it was your mistake, or maybe I shouldn't have used that route, or maybe I shouldn't have worn that dress, or maybe I shouldn't have been out that particular day. You know, you make it look like it's a mistake you did. That is something that it may be hard for you to overcome by yourself. In this case, please seek professional help. There's no shame. There's no shame in seeking professional help. It means you are brave. Okay, it means you care about yourself. It means you recognize that you need help and you want to get better. Okay, because just hating yourself can be so damaging to your life. You may not even know it, but just failing to forgive yourself for an extended time, especially over something like that traumatic, it can really damage you. So if that is the case, seek professional help. So guys, that has been it for this series. Please let me know, like, what tips do you use to forgive yourself? Because this is something that we need to learn a lot. Like, we need to be kind to ourselves, to forgive ourselves, because we deserve it. Okay, let me know, guys, and I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, please leave me a comment, like it. Like, if you like this video, it shows YouTube that it will push it out to more people. Okay, so like the video, leave me a comment, subscribe. Until next time, beautiful people, be good to yourself and be kind to others. Bye.